Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
Views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, say good morning to you. Good Wednesday morning, not the day before Thanksgiving. Welcome to the show. Matt Guitar Murphy is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill CDJR Ram, where the Black Friday sales event is on. The new 2024 Ram 1500 calling your name. Get you one. Visit them at Fountain Place Mall to Logan or anytime, thornhillcdjr.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Bigly, Piggly Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting service provided by Tony the Taylor. Tony the Taylor celebrating their 14th Small Business Saturday this coming Saturday. 20 to 50% off quality men's sportswear, outwear, shoes, outerwear that is, shoes, jackets, suits, and more with our good buddy Tony the Taylor. Welcome to the show the day before Thanksgiving. Final show of the week for me. I'll be taking off Thanksgiving Day tomorrow and also on Friday. We'll be returning next Monday. Coming up a little bit later on in the show, Jason Quintrell from Union Mission is here. We're going to talk to him about several things they have going on during the holiday season, including tomorrow. It's a big event. It's gone on for years in Charleston. Talking about the drumstick run that they do tomorrow. So we'll talk to Jason Quintrell about that a little bit later on. Plus, got some things in the news I want to get to. Plenty, as a matter of fact. As always, though, your calls and texts are welcome to Bigly, Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. But first, Small Business Saturday is this Saturday. It's a day dedicated to patronizing the small businesses that make America great. You have several to choose from, several here in the Kanawha Valley. You know, downtown Charleston is plenty, as do South Charleston, Dunbar, Kanawha City, St. Albans, Nitro. You get the point. And one city that really, and has for some time, embraces the whole Small Business Saturday thing is the city of Hurricane. Mayor Scott Edwards joins us now. Mayor, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. And as I have done, Mayor, with every guest that I've had on the show, regardless of their background or whatever, over the last week or so, I have to ask you the same question I've asked everyone else. Your favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal. Now, the togetherness is all good. I'm talking about food. With your favorite part.
It's deviled eggs, without question.
I think that's the second deviled eggs I've had.
Yes.
The deviled eggs.
Well, without question, there is nothing better than develed eggs that my wife makes.
Yeah. So what is it that makes them so special, if you don't mind my asking? And what time should I be there tomorrow?
You can. Well, we're eating it too, so come on over.
Okay. All right. So what makes what?
But I don't know. I don't know what makes them special. They're so good. I get them a couple times a year, and that's it. But really, Thanksgiving, I eat a lot of deviled eggs. I eat a tremendous amount. I love them. So,
I made a comment, Mayor, on the air earlier this week. My wife makes sriracha deviled eggs. And
I don't want that.
I do. I want all the spice you can give me. All right. So, I've lived, Mayor, in a Hurricane area for 10 years now. And every year my wife and I go downtown Hurricane for Small Business Saturday. You got lots of locally owned shops that down there in Hurricane. It's kind of become our tradition on that Saturday. You guys in Hurricane really have embraced this thing pretty much from day one.
Yeah, we love the downtown area, and we love all of our small businesses. And Dave, as you know, we promote our small businesses year round. We want people to shop local, shop small all the time, but especially this Saturday. This Saturday is huge. It's going to get them over the hump. It can really help them have a good year. But and I see baseball teams and other teams, they go into these small businesses and ask for donations. And I always tell those folks, make sure you shop there too, and don't just ask them, because they always give. All of our local small businesses are so giving; they'll help others, but we all need to make sure we shop there so they can keep helping. It's circular. Mm-hmm. They keep giving back, and we all need to go there and shop and keep all the local people employed. I mean, there's lots of local people that are employed by our small businesses and restaurants, and it's so important to keep those going.
It is, and again, I will say that nothing. I don't want to say anger. I think disappointment is the correct word. Is when, as you said, the little league teams, the civic organizations, whatever the case may be, goes into a small business asking for a donation, but then they don't do their part. And many of them do, don't get me wrong, but they don't do their part. Right. It's like, you would just want to say, well, when was the last time you bought something in our store? You're asking for something from us. When was the last time that you maybe said no to Amazon and came into one of these small stores?
Exactly. And it's so important because people don't realize the number of people that live here in Hurricane and Putnam County that work at a small business or they own a small business. And, throughout America, it's like 98 or 99% of businesses in the U.S. are small businesses. And they have like 60 million employees. And it's like 30 million small businesses throughout America. It's crazy.
And they're all
everywhere.
And
a lot of them are home based.
Right,
a lot of them are small, have 3, 4, 5, 6 employees. We need to support those businesses every single day. But really, we need to make an impact this Saturday. And I'll be down on Main Street, at Oodles and other places. Oodles is one of my favorites I go to, and I'll be there this Saturday shopping, and it's wonderful.
Talking to Mayor Scott Edwards of Hurricane about Small Business Saturday. You mentioned Oodles. It's a great store in Hurricane. Give us a few more of those small businesses that maybe people that aren't familiar with the area may not know about.
Bearwood Company, and that's on Main Street, and Heritage Company. They're fairly new over on Midland Trail, just within walking distance of Main Street. And I'll tell you what, and they both make handmade. It's all wood products. A lot of it's local wood right here from West Virginia. They both make awesome products. I shop at both shops. They're phenomenal. They can personalize things. They can build big things, small things. It's wonderful. Sunny Skies Boutique is a fairly new boutique in downtown Hurricane, and then we've had the Hurricane Floral and Gift Shop for many, many, many years. So those are just a few that are in Hurricane. Iris and Indy. It's a women's boutique that's in Hurricane, and of course, if you're hungry, swing around the Farley's hot dogs. Everybody loves Farley's hot dogs. Main Street Creamery and Grill. They've got the best hamburgers and ice cream around. And Sergio's. We've had people travel from all over for Sergio's. Wonderful, wonderful Italian food. And Dave, have you had Sergio's?
Oh, now what do you think? Of course I have. Of course I have.
I've seen you there, and I know you love Italian.
Here's a little hack for you. I've never had anything bad at Sergio's, but one thing that's probably my favorite is the steak tortellini. Get the steak tortellini when you go there. Get the steak,
and then if you don't want Sergio's, go down to Belknap Dough Company. Mm-hmm. Best wood-fired pizza you've ever had in your life. It's right on Main Street. Yeah. So yes, I urge everybody to shop local, eat local. And then there's so many others, not just on Main Street and Midland Trail. There's so many others in Hurricane and Putnam County or wherever you're at. Go to your local restaurant, your local shop, and buy there. And it will make their day. If you haven't done it this year, go this Saturday and do something. Buy one thing. It will make their day.
Now, we're talking about Small Business Saturday, but also understand that you got an event coming up on, I think the date was Thursday, December 12th, you wanted to talk about.
We do. It's a shop and eat on Main Street. So our local businesses on Main Street got together and said, hey, let's all be open from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and shop and eat at our local Hurricane Main Street businesses. And there's some giveaways and stuff. You can stop in social event space and you can enter to win a gift basket. You pick up a card and you go down and get it checked off from the local businesses. You don't have to buy anything to participate, but we'd like for you to. And we'll give away some stuff, but everybody's going to be open 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's kind of it's just another special night, to shop local, Thursday, December 12th. And then I will tell you, that's 2 days before, and you're probably getting ready to ask me about this, I hope. But if not, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Our Christmas parade this year is going to be phenomenal. The theme is the Hurricane Polar Express. We've had people asking for a theme, the Polar Express theme, for years now. So we're doing the Polar Express, and it's presented by Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Central. We appreciate those folks. They sponsor our parade and make sure we can do all the stuff. But we expect it to be one of our largest parades we've ever had. So it's already lots and lots and lots of people registering. It's awesome. And we have it at noon. This is the second year our parade's been at noon, and the community absolutely loves a noon parade. So
yeah, and there's
happening.
Well, and I know our radio stations are going to be there. I'm pretty sure V100 is going to be there. I'm going to be there representing the classic rock station 98.7 The Mountain. I think 96.1 KWS is going to be there. All three of us were in the parade last year. We're looking forward to being there again this year as well. And it's a big old parade, Mayor. It really is.
Yes, it is. And then by the way, December 21st from 4 to 7 p.m. On Main Street, we're having free horse and carriage rides. And that's presented by Premium Home Warranty. That's Saturday, December 21st, 4 to 7 p.m. And, of course, it's where it always is. Drop off and pick up is at Putnam County Bank parking lot on Main Street. We'll have free hot chocolate and, other things out there. It'll just be a neat evening. Hurricane downtown's always lit up. Business is open. It's just a great time to meet and see people a few days before Christmas. That's December 21st from 4 to 7 p.m. It's going to be awesome. And I will tell you, Thanksgiving tomorrow, Christmas season coming, and we all need to remember the reason. Reason for Christmas is, the birth of Jesus Christ. So we need to remember that as we celebrate this wonderful Christmas season, wherever you're at. But right here in Hurricane, it's going to be awesome.
All right. Mayor, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I will see you on Saturday. I'm going to be down there on Saturday, as I traditionally am. So looking forward to seeing you. You and your family have a great, great Thanksgiving, and don't eat too many deviled eggs, okay?
Well, I thought you were coming to my house tomorrow at 2. So I might see you then.
Possibly. Well, I got to get home in time for the Cowboys game. You know that.
Oh, we hope they lose, right?
No, we're playing the Giants. I mean, honestly, I think you and I could probably beat the Giants right now. But who knows? This
is true. Have a good one, Dave. Appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas.
All right, Mayor Scott Edwards, appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Birds and Salango Law continue with Salango Law Light the Night every night during the holiday season, except for Christmas night. That's the only night that they will not be over at Go-Mart Ballpark. You can follow the Dirty Birds on Facebook for details and get your tickets ahead of time. Please do, dblightthenight.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. Text says, "Hey Dave, how come nobody has said anything about the Commode Bowl this year?" It's going on, as far as I know, in Dunbar. Matter of fact, I was just talking to Steve Animal on my way down here this morning out in the hall, Steve from our sister station, The Mountain, and I think our man Shockley is actually going to be out there. He's a Dunbar guy, so I think he's going to be out there tomorrow. So as far as I know, unless I hear otherwise, the Commode Bowl, the annual Commode Bowl, will be going on as it always has in Dunbar. And again, we'll have some more information available on that when we get it. But yeah, it's still happening. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jason Quintrell from Union Mission. They've got some big things going on this holiday season. Plus, about the last 20 minutes or so of the show, it's going to kind of be open lines. Anything you want to talk about, you want to talk a little Thanksgiving, you want to call us up, you want to text us, or whatever happens to be on your mind. We'll get into that probably in the last 20 minutes of the show. Matt Guitar Murphy is our producer today. Again, Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Jared Construction has celebrated its 25th year in business, proudly serving the West Virginia community. They extend heartfelt thanks to their clients for their trust and support over the years. From schools and hospitals to car dealerships and apartments, Jared Construction has been dedicated to building quality projects that make a difference. Their commitment to excellence in the community remains unwavering. For all your construction needs, choose Jared Construction. where your vision becomes their mission. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Thank you for making their 25 years successful and impactful.
The Poca Valley Bank family wishes the peace and joy of the season for you and your family. From the early days on the Pocatalico River in Walton in 1908, Poca Valley Bank has served individuals and businesses with the tools they need to grow and reach their dream. Now, Poca Valley Bank has grown to 8 locations and creates relationships in Putnam, Kanawha, Roane, and surrounding counties. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season. Poca Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The holiday season is here and your local Par-Mar store is ready. The holiday season is the busiest time of the year. Take it easy on yourself by visiting your local Par-Mar store. From gas to groceries and all those last-minute things you need for your gatherings, Par-Mar has it. Sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card and download the Par-Mar app too. With locations in West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
It is 9:22. Biggly Piggly Wiggly Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. The impact of Special Olympics extends far beyond the athletes themselves. Volunteers and supporters touched by the unwavering determination of these extraordinary individuals find immeasurable fulfillment in their involvement. The inclusive approach embraced by Special Olympics fosters an environment where everyone plays a vital role. West Virginia, enriched in collaboration with Huntington, invites you to witness the transformative power of Special Olympics. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics, facebook.com/580WCHS. Text says, can I make a request of everyone? With the overflowings of animal shelters, not just in West Virginia, but tragically all across the country, while you're out doing your last-minute forgotten Thanksgiving dinner pickup or joining the Black Friday or Small Business Saturday insanity, would you consider picking up a bag or two of dried dog or cat food, bags of cat litter, canned wet dog or cat food or milk replacement formula for orphan pups and kittens to donate to your local shelter to help these sweet, innocent animals, says the texter. Indeed, I would 100% echo that. Let's bring in Jason Quintrell from Union, Michigan. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So I got to ask you, because if you've listened to the show, this has been a thing with me for the last couple of weeks. I've been asking every guest on the show your favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal.
The favorite part of my Thanksgiving meal would have to be the stuffing.
Okay. All right. Because here's where we are. I really haven't kept a running total yet. Okay. But I'm going to say, anecdotally, as Hoppy Kirchhoff would say, I would say that the stuffing / dressing is in the lead.
Absolutely.
As well it should be. I could eat it without the turkey.
I do. I usually eat it before it even makes it to the oven.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Me too.
I'm a fan, 100%. All right. So I know you just wrapped up a program for teens.
Yes.
So let's talk about that before we get into the other reason you're here. But go ahead.
The last 20 years or so, we've been doing Adopt a Family. I decided let's go with teens this year because they seem to get bottom of the barrel sometimes. So 13 to 16-year-olds, we are doing Adopt a Family for this year, and we had 400 kids sign up for this that were in need of this. And we were hurting. Thank you so much for being willing to bring me on for that. But, the next couple of days after I called you last week, we had some great supporters, man, get on the phone, call me, and say, hey, we'll take care of those teenagers for you.
And you are right. And I've gotten information about this not only from you, but other similar type organizations as well. The teens kind of get forgotten about.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, and God bless them, everybody wants to help out the little kids, and that's all great. But, once you get to a certain age and the toys aren't the thing anymore, people forget about the teens.
Well, you got the little kids with Santa Claus and all that, and it's all neat and cute and sweet. But then, teenagers, they get left out a little bit, like you said, and it's pretty cool to see these kids get Christmas. I'll tell you.
So if people, I know you said that everybody met the need on this, but there's always a continuing need. This was just for this particular
it never
project.
goes away. It never goes away with us. 365 days, 24/7, never goes away. But this particular need with Adopt a Family was met. 400 teenagers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Again, we're talking with Jason Quintrell of Union, Michigan. All right, so tomorrow, I guess, is the 13th annual Drumstick Dash. Talk about that.
Yeah, 13 years of doing this race. It just blows my mind that people want to get up and run on Thanksgiving morning, maybe to make extra room for that stuffing we were talking about.
Yeah.
But it's a big event for us, man. When we have anywhere from right now we have 900 runners signed up. It's a little low for us. I think it's the rain that they're forecasting maybe. But usually anywhere from 1,200 racers Thanksgiving morning. People bring their dogs. People dress up. Dave, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that come dressed in turkey outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's crazy. It's a really fun event. It's a lot of fun. Starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The race actually starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Starts at Haddad and then goes down to the Capitol and back. 3.1 miles, 5K. Mm-hmm. It's one of our best events.
And people come from all over.
My goodness, all over. I mean, all over the East Coast. We have people. I mean, all over the country really to visit family, and they end up running in the race. It's pretty neat.
So this is the 13th year that this has gone on. I mean, it started. I'm presuming really small and just kind of worked its way up to what it is now.
Started out across the river over at UC, and then it got so big that UC couldn't handle the amount of parking, and so we moved over here probably 10 years ago or so, and it's been a Haddad ever since, and growing ever since.
And again, we're talking with Jason Quintrell from Union Mission, and let's talk. You talked about the route, but. I mean, you got to be, and I know runners, they're all crazy. Yeah. And I mean that in the best possible way.
I'm with you. My wife's one of them.
Oh, okay. She's crazy. Yeah. Okay. I got some good friends that do it. I mean, folks will run in any, you mentioned the rain or whatever, but they're kind of like golfers, you know, you just give them an excuse and they're going to be out there running. Yeah. And so don't let the rain keep you away. No. And we have a lot of people at these events, Jason, that don't necessarily run. They just kind of show up to cheer them on.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of people on the sidelines cheering and clapping and listening to the music. We have live music there. It's really, really cool. But yeah, a lot of people just come and walk. Families just come and walk, and it's just a good family event.
Talking with Jason Quintrell again from Union Mission. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Bridge Valley. If you're interested in improving your company's IT workforce, know that they offer custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap. You can train for little or no cost, 50-50 salary match. They can also supply skilled graduates and apprenticeships for your company. Visit bridgevalley.edu/apprenticeships today. So is it I'm presuming it's not too late for people to sign up to run?
Absolutely not. Go online, www.wefeedpeople.com. You can register that way. By the way, if you have already registered, packet pickup starts today from 2 to 6 at the little theater that's connected to the Charleston Coliseum. Mm-hmm. Go there, pick up your packet, your shirt, and all that, your starter pack and all that. Even if you want to register tomorrow morning, registration begins at 7 o'clock, goes all the way up to 8:45. You can register at our registration table there right across from Haddad. We'll take care of you there, and don't stay away because you haven't registered. It's not too late. It's never too late.
And events like this are not possible without sponsors.
Absolutely.
Do you want to give a shout out to some of your sponsors?
Lisa Larry Pack, Union Mission Behavioral Health Center has done a good job given to this event. I can't. I think that's about it.
Okay, but again, big shout out to those people because you don't pull off events like this without the sponsorships. I mean, not just this event, but year round.
Yeah, year round. We have some great sponsors that work with us year round. But this particular event, really, the racers and the registration, they take care of the cost for us pretty well.
Let's talk about the overall mission of Union Mission.
Yeah. So the overall mission has been helping the hurting people of West Virginia for 113 years. Man, we do that in many different ways. Our warehouse, running the numbers the last couple months, October, usually, Dave, 25,000 pounds of food goes out of our warehouse a month, right? Mm-hmm. The month of October, 54,000 pounds of food went out of our warehouse. Man, that's a lot. I almost fell out of my chair in our business meeting.
So what do you contribute that to?
Well, that month, some of that went down to North Carolina to help folks that were in the flood
and the hurricanes and stuff. Yeah.
So, but a lot of that is we're seeing working families having a hard time making ends meet now. We've started doing some fresh products as far as eggs and such. We raise chickens. They lay eggs. We sell them out of our store for cheap, just to make sure people try.
Now,
to
where
get
do you
some,
raise the chickens?
on our property there? We've got campus there that we've got a pretty good sized coop, and we collect the eggs and wash the eggs, and we're licensed to do all that through through the state. But just trying to make sure people get protein on the table if they need it, and sell it at a extremely reduced price. Because things are getting so expensive. You know that. Everybody knows that. They see it. And just trying to help people in any way we possibly can, from preschool to drug addiction to homelessness to kids. We try to battle on every front in the state of West Virginia.
And again, when you think about the people that are served by organizations like yours, Jason, it's not always what you think. It's not all. I mean, people have their stereotypes. They have this is what I think. This is who I think uses these services. But a great number of your people are working people. Yeah. These aren't people just looking for a handout. These are people that are working.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, before, 10 years ago, before I took this job, I always had that stereotype of people trying to work a system or people trying to get by with something or, get food for free or whatever. But there are genuinely West Virginia people out there that are working 40-hour week, working part-time jobs the best they can, mom and dad working, and still not being able to make ends meet. And they'll come to us and sit down with our family service coordinators, and we'll send them away with a carload of food. We'll send them away with we help people that have house fires. We'll try to put them up in hotels. We'll try to get them gift cards to restaurants to see them eat, so they can eat while they're trying to get things together with their house. Many different levels, many different ways, man. We try to help these people, and they're not all, like you said, what you think. I mean, they are really hardworking people that are trying to get things together for kids, and trying to get things together for their family, to feed them, to medical expenses, and man, it's just tough nowadays, and we try to bridge that gap.
Talk about that process, Jason. What does that process look like? I come in, I'm a working person, maybe wife, 2 kids, whatever. I come in. What does the process look like?
Yeah, man. So that's usually the ones that are the most shy. Like, they're working and they don't want to come in. Like, it takes a lot for them to pick up the phone and call. You can call. I mean, if you're hurting right now, please don't feel bashful about that. Everybody goes through hard times. Pick up the phone, call 304-925-0366, and we will get you in contact with someone. We'll set a schedule. We'll set an appointment for you to come in, sit down with you, highlight the needs, and we will get you to our warehouse where our director, Kathy McFarland, and her team will get you set up for Thanksgiving. If you're hurting, call us. Anytime after Thanksgiving, if you're hurting, call us. We want to help. We want to make sure that you get food in your mouth. I mean, I could imagine going hungry. Could you? I never grew up that way.
No. I
was spoiled, man.
By the grace of God, as they say. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to Drumstick Dash. It's happening tomorrow. Give us the time. Give us the website. Give us all the stuff.
Yeah, so you can go at www.wefeedpeople.com. You can register that way. There's a click down box that you can click on and put all your information in. You can call and ask for Katie Bush, 304-925-0366. She's our special events coordinator, Miss Katie Bush, and she will get you taken care of as far as registration. Or you can just show up tomorrow morning at Haddad Riverfront at 7 o'clock, and we'll get you registered that way as well. And you can get your packet pickup today from 2 to 6 at the theater connected to the Coliseum, or show up tomorrow morning at the registration booth and we'll have your packets there as well.
All right, Jason, you and your family have a happy Thanksgiving. Of course, it'll be a working Thanksgiving, at least part of the day tomorrow. I mean, and this whole thing is not going to take up all day, so you'll still be after you've burned those calories, you can add some more on when you sit down in front of the at the dining room table in front of the TV to watch a little football and enjoy some great Thanksgiving food.
I know it's hard to believe, but I'm not a runner. I know you have a hard time believing that.
Me, same with me.
Yeah.
People look at me and they think, that guy's a runner. No, I'm not.
Not
if you,
a chance.
If you see a runner, if you see me running, there, as the old joke says, there's somebody chasing me.
Yep,
Call 911. All right, Jason, I appreciate you being here. And I think I'll get you on one day next week to talk about another big project that you've got coming up. So we'll have you on again next week as well. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
You as well. Hang out with me 1 second here. It's 24 minutes away from 10. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy, tackling pressing health issues of all times, of all kinds, heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and RSV. It's a podcast that offers insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. It is a great resource for you. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetroNews.com, into the podcast menu, and start your journey towards better health today. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor, text 304-935-5008. The rest of the show is yours. I've got some texts to get to. You want to weigh in on anything related to Thanksgiving? I'm not going to say I don't want to talk politics today, but if we could maybe give it a rest just for the Thanksgiving break, that might be. If not, that's okay. That's all right. Okay, hold on. Well, I got a question here. You thought you were done. Somebody texted in a question. Does Union Mission help with something like help in repairing a section of floor dry rotted due to an undetected water leak?
At one time, Union Mission used to do things like that. I just don't have the staff anymore to be able to handle that. They used to have a crew that they would pay to go out and do that, and because of the economy and because of payroll and such, I just don't have the staff to be able to do that any longer.
Maybe something for the future. Maybe you could look into.
It's not a bad idea that we can look at, but not at this time.
All right. I promise you're done this time. You better get out of here before somebody else takes another question. We'll be back right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street has served 3 generations of shoppers since 1955 as the largest locally owned independent grocery store in the area. The Joseph family owners grew up here, so you know they're invested in the community. They provide the biggest variety of choice meats, the freshest produce, an in-house deli bakery, great wine selection, and more of your favorite brands. Every purchase gives you gasoline points so you can save at our pumps. Order online for pickup at BigglyPigglyWiggly.com. Biggly Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street. No one beats the pig.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Woohoo! Another girls' night out.
I'm so stressed from shopping. I couldn't find anything.
Have you tried shopping jewelry television, JTV?
I don't know. Everyone in my family is so different.
JTV has thousands of jewelry styles, artisan, diamonds, pearls, colored gemstones, watches, even gift sets. I shop on TV and online.
New JTV customers save up to $50 when you shop jtv.com/radio.
Now can you relax?
Yes. Another round?
Yes.
I'm not sure where he pulled that out of. Matt Guitar Murphy is our producer today. 20 minutes away from 10. Dave Allen Show. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline 345-5858. Tony Taylor, text 304-935-5008. We are brought to you in part by Generations Physical Therapy, offering concussion care, pre- and post-operative rehab, fall prevention, water therapy, women's health, workers' comp, and more. And they are the experts in treating neck and back pain. Trust me, I know. I'm a customer. For an appointment, call 304-760-5660 or visit generationspt.com. Text says, Union Mission is a wonderful organization, well-run and dedicated to helping West Virginians. I have personally seen, says the texter, the transformation they facilitate, especially with men who struggle with drug addiction. If you have disposable funds and feel compelled, this organization is worthy of your contributions. Happy to be able to support them, says a texter. If you want to go ahead and look ahead to the next show, which will be Monday's show, Charleston Mayor Amy Schuler Goodwin will be stopping by. It's her monthly appointment here on the show, as she'll come in to answer questions about what's going on in the city of Charleston. Exciting time in Charleston, of course. I was just talking to the folks from Holly Jolly Brawley out in the hall. They were on with me a couple days ago, Kevin Madison and Morgan Morrison, and they were across the hall of V100. And, I mean, they're running around like crazy this morning trying to get everything ready for Holly Jolly Brawley Friday and Saturday. That's the kickoff. In downtown Charleston. A lot of our stations are going to be there broadcasting live. It's a day full of activities, Friday, Saturday, and all the way through the holiday season with Holly Jolly Brawley. So that's one of the exciting things going on in Charleston. We'll talk to Mayor Goodwin about that on Monday. Also, speaking of Christmas things going on in Charleston, the Salango Law Light the Night continues, and we'll talk to the folks from there coming up on Monday's show as well. By then, all your leftovers should be gone. So who am I kidding? I'll eat leftovers. Whatever. I eat them all week. I don't care. Hoppy Kurtzville coming up 10:06. Metro News Talk Line. Brad McElhenney talking all things Jim Justice. I'm going to get to some Governor Justice things myself here coming up momentarily. Jared Halpern from Fox News Radio is on with the story of President Biden proposing that Medicare and Medicaid cover anti-obesity drugs. Jonathan Savage, also from Fox News Radio, is on the show to talk about the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. The Mountaineer men's basketball team, they're in the Bahamas for Thanksgiving. The Battle of Atlantis basketball tournament. Tony Caridi will join Hoppy to discuss that. If you are one of the millions traveling over the next couple days, you'll want to keep an eye on the weather. Of course, Ray Young, who's a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Charleston, will join Hoppy to talk about the weather. And those who are traveling or their loved ones coming in will probably, depending on what direction you're coming from, spend some time on the West Virginia Turnpike. Jeff Jenkins will join Hoppy from the newsroom to talk about holiday travel and travel specifically on the Turnpike. That's all coming up with Hoppy. Metro News Talk Line from the Encove Insurance Studio in the Dale Miller Building in Morgantown coming up at 10:06. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. If you're injured, visit forthepeople.com. Let me knock out a couple texts here. Text says, is Christmas about Christ? It's not about buying imported plastic junk from countries who use slave labor and who we're partial enemies with, says a texter. I am presuming, and I'm not on the day before Thanksgiving going to get into a debate about Christmas and so on and so forth. Just not going to do that. But it's whatever you want it to be. How's that? Christmas is in the heart. Take that right out of your Hallmark card there. It's whatever it is to you. It's whatever it is to me, and I'm fine with that. Text says, Dave, my family visited the Light the Night display last night at Go-Mart Ballpark, and wow, what a wonderful display. Congratulations to all involved in putting this together. A must-see. Happy Thanksgiving, Dave, says a texter. I follow that up with another text that said, Happy Thanksgiving, Dave. I do appreciate that. All right, some stuff from the newsroom. Many of us have wondered just what the senatorship, if that's not a word, it probably should be, of now Governor Jim Justice is going to look like. Well, we may be getting a hint. Brad McElhenney has a story posted about it this morning, WVMetroNews.com. The governor has stated that he doesn't know when he will officially start his new role as a U.S. Senator, replacing Joe Manchin, who opted, of course, not to run for re-election. He has said, though, the governor has said that he will continue to coach high school basketball for Greenbrier East. Now, these comments all coming yesterday, and as Brad's story points out, this is where it kind of gets a little interesting. Our next governor, the current Attorney General, Patrick Morrisey, is due to be sworn in on January 13th. Now, the governor yesterday, in replying to a question from longtime friend of the show, Stephen Allen Adams of Ogden Newspaper, said, quote, "We haven't decided absolutely yet. It seems to me," this is the governor talking, "like we're going to have all kinds of confusion if I do it," talking about the governor being sworn in as senator, "prior to the 13th. Now, try to follow along here. There's going to be a 10-day gap between when U.S. senators normally take office and when the new governor of the state of West Virginia is inaugurated. The state Senate president in this case is still Craig Blair, who would typically fill in that 10-day gap. Now, keep in mind, though, Craig Blair was defeated in his primary back in May. He's still the Senate president, though, and lieutenant governor. And they're going to decide upon a new Senate president. It's a three-way battle between Senators Eric Tarr, Tom Takubo, and Randy Smith. Now, a new Senate president is supposed to be chosen in the next couple of weeks during interims, which will be held in Charleston. Now, Governor Justice, going back to him, is saying, quote, "The cleanest way for me to stay in office would be till January 13th, then pass that torch directly to Patrick," meaning Attorney General and now Governor-elect Patrick Morrisey. So it's kind of confusing here. But what about the subject of the governor continuing to say he is going to coach high school basketball as a U.S. senator? Now, it was problematic to a lot of folks that the governor of the state of West Virginia was continuing to coach high school basketball. Now he's a U.S. senator, or will be a U.S. senator, based supposedly in Washington, and he's going to continue to coach girls basketball. I'm not here to say he can or can't do it. That's not my role. I've got my opinions on it, but he's going to continue to coach girls basketball. And don't know what kind of committee assignments, if any, he's going to have in Washington. You know, being a U.S. senator, much like being a legislator. I was talking yesterday to a friend of mine who is an incoming legislator and is taking office for the first time. And I said, well, be ready, because when you hear us talking on the news when the legislature comes into session, that you gavel in at 11 in the morning and then you gavel out at 2 or 2:30. No. It doesn't work that way. You have, even as a legislator, you have committee meetings that start at 6:30 in the morning. And as the session starts to wind down, you don't get out of there until, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and then are back at 5:30 or 6 the next morning. It's just part of being a legislator. So that's in the legislature, but you're still in the state of West Virginia. Now, a lot of the legislators will return to their homes if they live somewhere relatively close. Many get an apartment or stay in a hotel or something here so they can be back bright and early and fresh the next morning. But that's within the state. We're talking about a U.S. senator that is going to be spending apparently a great deal of his time in his home state. Now, that's not to say that Joe Manchin and Shelley Moore Capito don't spend a lot of time in their home state, because obviously they do, but they spend a whole lot of time in Washington as well. And I don't think that we are going to see that as much from Governor Justice. And I think he pretty much laid that out there yesterday. But you also have to remember that the people of West Virginia voted overwhelmingly to send Jim Justice to Washington. I mean, the race, with all due respect to Mayor Glenn Elliott, former mayor of Wheeling, Glenn Elliott, great guy. I had him on the show several times. The race wasn't even close. And the people of West Virginia knew this about the governor, and they elected him anyway. And so he kind of put it all to rest yesterday by saying, yeah, I'm going to continue to coach. I'm going to continue to be a girls high school basketball coach. So there you have it. In the meantime, We now have a 2024 Christmas ornament from the governor's office. Morgan Pemberton has a story posted about it if you want to see it for yourself. It's over at the website, wvmetronews.com. And, of course, the new Christmas ornament does have Baby Dog on it. It was all announced yesterday at a ceremony at the Culture Center. And if you see this thing, and again, Morgan's got a great story and a picture posted about it at wvmetronews.com. It looks like Baby Dog is a giant on top of the Capitol building. Now, had I designed it, I would have had Baby Dog hanging off the Capitol, kind of like King Kong, from the movie photos. But that's just me. That's why they don't let me do things like that. And I'll say this before we go to break, and I got several texts to get to. One thing about the governor's tenure in office, it certainly gave us a lot to talk about. From the governor who was elected as a Democrat, changing his party to Republican, to the giant heaping platters of manure, to the COVID sweepstakes with the governor going all Oprah saying, you get a truck, and you get a gun, and you get a truck, and you get a boat, to his feuds with Senate leadership, to not living in the governor's mansion as the Constitution and later the courts mandated, to, as I said, his continuing to coach girls high school basketball, to telling Bette Midler to kiss Baby Dog's hiney, et cetera, et cetera. It has certainly been an interesting 8 years for sure. And Governor-elect Patrick Morrisey is going to have a whole lot to live up to as far as keeping it interesting. It's 8 minutes away from 10. Older adults should protect themselves against severe respiratory disease. Talk to your doctor about flu, COVID-19, and RSV vaccines. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. We're going to take a break. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
Get your favorite Metro News shows and live events on your smart television or streaming device now by downloading the Metro News television app for free. Watch Talkline with Hoppy Kercheval, Sportsline with Tony Caridi, Three Guys Before the Game, and lots of original content with more being added weekly. Get the Metro News television app from the Apple App Store or Google Marketplace. Metro News Television is powered by WVU Medicine, the West Virginia Department of Tourism, and Dan Cabot Toyota.
Bigley Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street has served 3 generations of shoppers since 1955 as the largest locally owned independent grocery store in the area. The Joseph family owners grew up here, so you know they're invested in the community. They provide the biggest variety of choice meats, the freshest produce, an in-house deli bakery, great wine selection, and more of your favorite brands. Every purchase gives you gasoline points so you can save at our pumps. Order online for pickup at BigleyPigglyWiggly.com. Bigley Piggly Wiggly on Spring Street. No one beats the pig.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the rock holiday tradition returns. December 5th at 7 p.m., Charleston Coliseum. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. A portion of the proceeds benefiting WVU Medicine Children's. Soaring guitars, dazzling lasers, and enough pyro to keep you warm all season. Don't miss Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
All right, Murphy, you're no longer allowed to pick up the bumper music. 6 minutes away from 10. I'm kidding. Bigley Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text 304-935-5008. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Their services involve developing comprehensive management plans to outline strategies for controlling and minimizing asbestos exposure. Perfect for commercial property owners and managers. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can hurt you. Text says, okay, I got it. You can kill it now, Murph. Thank you. Text says, Dave, I am told that Justice is going to have a staffer with him in Washington carrying his stool around. He used it while waiting for the Senate elevator, on the elevator, etc. His health is going to be an issue, especially when ensuring he makes markup committee votes when Republicans may have a one-member majority, says a texter. Text says, coaching girls basketball from D.C., is that how serious our new U.S. Senator is about representing us in D.C.? Says a texter. Text says, don't forget to watch the Pride of West Virginia, the Mountaineer Marching Band, performing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. in the 9th Annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah, I actually heard Chris do a story about that a little bit earlier this morning. So it's a great feather in the proverbial cap for West Virginia University. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Fresh Air Filters of Taze Valley. Fresh Air is your trusted filter experts for both your home or business. Call 304-440-1104 or visit freshairfilters.us because everyone deserves fresh air. Texas folks, Christ is not his last name any more than H is his middle initial. Okay. Text says there's a precedent for when a senator is sworn in. In 1985, Jay Rockefeller stayed at the governor's office until Arch Moore was sworn in on January the 15th, according to a texter. Text says, do we really expect Jimbo to be anything other than a rubber stamp for Trump? Says a texter. All right, so if you're a state worker, you're going to get half the day off, plus all of tomorrow and Friday as well. The governor making that announcement yesterday. I wonder, I just was thinking about this morning. I wonder how long it's going to be till we take the entire week off for Thanksgiving. And I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying I'm old enough to remember, though, when kids were in school through Wednesday during the Thanksgiving week. And again, I'm not hating on anything. I'm just saying I just wonder if we get to that point where Thanksgiving will be an entire week. So I'd say they'll probably have that within the next couple of years. All right, so let me close with this. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And I certainly hope everyone has a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Again, for me, no show tomorrow or Friday. I will be back on Monday. And with all the guests I've had on the show over the last week and a half or so, I've asked nearly everyone, that when I remembered to anyway, what their favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal was. A lot of different answers, but I would have to say it is the dressing or the stuffing. That's what most people have said. So win for me and win for them as well. But whatever you enjoy tomorrow, as you stuff yourself, if you choose to do that, just keep a few things in mind. And the following is a Davitorial. Despite all of our issues, I still believe that we live in the greatest country on God's green earth. And the fact that I can get on this radio every morning and talk to you is a blessing for me personally. And I appreciate all of you, even the ones that don't agree with me, and I don't sometimes agree with them. It is America, and that's what makes it so dang great here. And also, keep in mind that when you sit down with your families tomorrow, not everyone has that luxury, okay? There are men and women, our troops around the world, that are working every day to make it possible for us to enjoy the food, the family, the football, the shopping the next day, whatever you want to do. So thank you to our troops, many of whom would like nothing better than to be sitting around grandma's dining room table tomorrow, but can't. And let's also give a thought out tomorrow to the people that are working. Not everyone gets Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever the holiday is off. Our first responders, our medical professionals, and yes, our media members. I've spent many, many Thanksgivings and Christmases working. I'm in a position now where I won't be this year. Not saying I won't again, but I'm not this year. Those folks are going to be working tomorrow. So a thought for them. And also, think that tomorrow when you sit down, you might be breaking bread with people who may not have voted the way you did. Don't bring it up. Enjoy the turkey, the dressing, potatoes, whatever, the desserts. Let's don't use terms like Trump-tard or libtard or any of that. Let's all let all that go for one day. It's Thanksgiving. Be thankful. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. This month, it's your favorite Huston's. Get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and pizzeria, only $21.99. My producer was Matt Guitar Murphy. Matt, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for listening. Hoppy Kurtzwell coming up at 10:06. Metro News Talk Line. I'm back on Monday with Mayor Amy Schuler-Goodwin and the folks from the Salango Law Live tonight. Download the all-new WVRC Media app and the Metro News Television app as well. Have yourself a great Thanksgiving, folks. See you Monday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.